Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule and teach well, and peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom. Okay, so I wanted to get into a lesson starting off in 2nd Esdras, the 15th chapter and the 14th verse. So Lord willing, this is an edifying lesson to the elect. So I'll go ahead and I'll get straight into it. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 15 verse 14. Woe to the world. And we understand that woe means destruction. Okay, so I'll read this from the top again. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 15 verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh. That's right. We understand that it's drawing near. Okay, continuing on. And one people shall stand up and fight against another. And what is this going into? Civil unrest. Okay, we understand that it's going to get extremely bad out here heading into the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, continuing on. And swords in their hands. That's right. It says, and swords in their hands. Okay, and we understand that a sword is a killing instrument, man. Okay, and when you look at what's going on now, you see that the gun sales are going through the roof now. Okay, during these times. Okay, but we understand that during the time of Jacob's trouble, these people, they're going to be looking to use whatever they can put their hands on, man. Okay, whether that's a bat, a bottle, a brick. Okay, we understand that these people, they're going to be using it during the time of Jacob's trouble, man. Okay, so I'll continue on. This is 2nd Esdras and Salakia, and before I continue on, the scripture goes into it in Matthew, the 24th chapter, about how the love of many shall wax cold. Okay, so we know that it's going to be like every man for himself out here during the time of Jacob's trouble, man. It's going to get extremely bad. Okay, continuing on. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 15 and verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men. So I want to get that word sedition on the online etymology. Okay, let me get that word sedition. Okay, let me get this. All right, when you go into the word sedition on online etymology, it goes into rebellion, uprising, revolt. Okay, and when you read down, it goes into civil disorder. Okay, so we understand that these things will be going on during the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, we're seeing that right now, but we know that it's going to intensify, it's going to escalate, it's going to get worse heading into the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, so I'll read this from the top again. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 15 verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. That's right. It says, and invading one another. Okay, so we understand, man, it's going to be people that's going to be getting assaulted out here. Okay, heading into the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, we're already seeing the protest. Okay, we're already seeing the uprising. Okay, the rebellion. But we know that it's going to get worse, man. Okay, continuing on. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. That's right. It's these people, they're not going to care what the governor has to say. They're not going to care what the mayor has to say. They're not going to care what the government as a whole has to say during the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, continuing on. And the course of their actions shall stand in their power. That's right. So these people, they're not going to have to get approval, from the governor to do whatever it is that they want to do. No, these people, they're going to be doing whatever it is that they want to do during the time of Jacob's trouble, man. It's going to get extremely bad out here, man. Okay, it's going to be lootings going on. Okay, we understand there's going to be women that's going to get raped out here. Okay, we understand there's going to be people that's going to be put to death in these streets. Okay, we understand that cannibalism will be going on, man. Okay, it's going to get extremely bad out here during the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, these people are going to be out here doing whatever it is that they want to do, man. Okay, and we're going to need the Lord during these times, man. Okay, so let me go ahead and get what else I had. I'll come back to that. All right. Let me go to Jeremiah, the 30th chapter, and I'll start the 7th verse. This is Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 7. That last for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. And we're in the beginning stages of Jacob's trouble. Okay, but we know that is going to get worse, man. Okay, like I was going into, man. We know that martial law will be declared. We know there's going to be troops in these cities, foreign troops in these cities. Okay, it's going to be checkpoints. Okay, we know there's going to be people that's going to be thrown into these prisons. Okay, into these concentration camps. Okay, it's going to be women that's going to be raped. A lot of you people are going to see your sons and daughters get put to death right before you. Okay, it's going to be a famine. Okay, we know that cannibalism will be going on, man. Okay, we know, man, it's going to be worse to anything that we ever experienced before, man. Okay, it's going to be worse than any captivity that we ever been in during the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, continuing on. But he shall be saved out of it. That's right. It says, but he shall be saved out of it. Okay, and who's that he that's going to be saved out of it? That's speaking about the elect, that remnant that the Lord will protect and ultimately deliver up out of this place, man. Okay, so let me go ahead and get what else I had. All right. Let me go to Daniel, the 12th chapter. Okay, and I'll start at the top. This is Daniel chapter 12 and verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up. And this is speaking about Michael the archangel. Okay, continuing on. The great prince withstandeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. That's right. In that time of trouble that it's speaking about is the time of Jacob's trouble. Like I was going into, it's going to be worse than anything that we ever been through before. It's going to be worse than anything we ever experienced before. Okay, worse than slavery. Okay, that's how bad it's going to become out here during the time of Jacob's trouble. It's going to be worse than any captivity that we ever been in, man. Okay, continuing on. And at that time, thy people shall be delivered. Okay, and who are the ones that's going to be delivered? The elect. Okay, continuing on. Everyone that shall be found written in the book. That's right. And we know that the elect will be found written in the book of life. Okay, so we know that the elect will be protected and ultimately delivered. Okay, so let me go ahead and go back to that in 2nd Esdras, the 15th chapter. Okay, and I'll start back at the 16th verse. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 15 and verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. That's right. So like I was going into, man, it's going to get extremely bad out here during the time of Jacob's trouble. It's going to be like every man for himself out here. These people, they're not going to be regarding what the governor, the mayor, the government has to say, and they're going to be doing whatever it is that they want to do out here during the time of Jacob's trouble, man. Okay, continuing on. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 15 verse 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. That's right, man. So you're not going to be able to move around as freely as you was once able to, man. You ain't gonna be able to like here in Atlanta, you know, you can get on the MARTA bus, you know, and go to another city, go to the train station. No, man, during the time of Jacob's trouble, you're not going to be able to move around as freely as you was once able to, man. We know there's going to be checkpoints in these cities, man. You ain't going to be able to just get your car keys and just think I'm about to go 45 minutes up the road, man. No, man. And we know that America, which is Babylon the Great, is divided up into 10 different FEMA regions. Okay, so you're not going to be able to move from region to region as freely as you was once able to, man. No, man. We know that it's going to be checkpoints, man. Okay, that's why I read this again. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 15 and verse 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. That's right, man. A lot of you people are going to get turned around, okay, and put to death, man. Okay, and I'll continue on. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 15 and verse 18. For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled. And we know that the scripture goes into it. And Proverbs chapter 16 and verse 5, everyone that is proud in heart is an abomination to the Lord. Okay, and we understand that a lot of you people out here are extremely proud, man. Okay, a lot of these women are proud. A lot of these women are proud. Okay, but we understand what's going to happen to the proud. You're going to get destroyed, man. Okay, so I read this from the top again. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 15 and verse 18. For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled. And we know that these cities will be troubled, okay, during the time of Jacob's trouble, man. Okay, the houses shall be destroyed and men shall be afraid. That's right. And we understand that it's the Lord that's bringing these plagues upon this place, man. Okay, we understand that Esau is being used, man. Okay, we understand that Esau is the sword of the Lord on the left-hand side, man, pursuant to Psalms chapter 17 and verse 13, man. Okay, so I'll continue on. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 15 and verse 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. That's right, man. During the time of Jacob's trouble, like I mentioned earlier, it's going to be like every man for himself out here, man. Okay, it doesn't matter if your neighbor known you for 10, 15, 20, 25 years, grew up with you all throughout elementary, middle, and high school. It came back from college and was still kicking it with you. It doesn't matter, man. We understand that your neighbor will not have any mercy upon you, man. Okay? So I read this from the top again. This is 2 Esdras chapter 15 and verse 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword. That's right, man. It's going to be a lot of your neighbors, that's been watching you, bring those grocery bags in the house. Okay, consistently, man. Every week, bringing those groceries, 2 hands full, man. Okay, that's been watching you, scoping you out, man. Okay, that's going to be looking to come into your house during that time, man. Okay, and put you to death. Okay, these are the things that's going to be going on during the time of Jacob's trouble, man. Okay, continuing on. And spoil their goods. That's right. It says, and spoil their goods, man. So we understand, man, your neighbors, they're going to be looking to come into your house, put you to death, and take your goods, man. Okay, continuing on. Because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. That's right, man. So we understand that it's going to be a famine out here, man. Okay, and we know it's going to be a great suffering, man. Okay, these people are going to be going out. So like they're going to be going through it during the time of Jacob's trouble, man. Okay, but we know that the elect will be protected and delivered. Okay, the scripture goes into it in Isaiah the 65th chapter about how my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Okay, who are the servants of the Lord? The elect, okay, are the ones that's going to be able to eat. Okay, there's going to be rejoicing during the time of Jacob's trouble, while a lot of you people, you're going to be in fear out here, man. Okay, so with that said, Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson to the elect, and I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Chakwadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule and teach well, and peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom.